Hello there, people, persons, residents of the internet. How are we? How are you? Is Twitch even working? It is. We're here. On time? I'm always on time. What do you mean? I've literally never been late. And I never will be. It's not possible. I am the most on-time YouTuber there has ever been, and ever will be. Hello. Ooh, Muesli Gamer. 2 months over on Twitch. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hola. Hello. Ho. Juan. You want Juan? You want Juan? I'll give you Juan. Formula One. I'm thinking, guys, as we are coming to the end, of the 2025 F1 Manager 24 season. That's a mouthful. We have 2 races left. Today is Qatar. Tomorrow, not Thursday, tomorrow is Abu Dhabi. And I think for the end of the season, for whatever we do next, we're going to retire Formula One and get a new background. We'll do it in seasons. Hello. Ooh, Say What Gaming as a YouTube member. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Green Screen Enthusiasts. Discounts on merch? Yes. Exclusive roles in the Discord? Yes. Early videos? Sometimes. Not all of them, but some of them go early for members. Yes. But yes, guys, I'm thinking Juan is going to retire. Or at least go on sort of hiatus. Sort of Mika Hakkinen style vacation, as it were. So, tomorrow... Where is he? He's there. Tomorrow is going to be the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix 2025. Is then Easter. It's just Easter. It is Easter this weekend. So myself and Mrs. V are going away to see her parents. So no stream on Thursday and no streams this weekend. And then I'll be back next week. We're going to do a few weeks of like variety stuff. And then, you know, we'll maybe get back to a 2026 season in the future. But next week, we're going to replace Formula Juan. Mr. Juan. He'll go away and we'll get something new. Juan's on sabbatical. He needs a rest. He's always driving around in the background. He deserves a rest. He's had a good career. Train background. This is a vehicle, a car-based stream. We shall see. I'm not against... What's this? I'm not against the Do It for Danica.
Your yellow system is brilliant. Big fan.
Thank you. I was about to say your name out loud. You fuck it. Nishit. I guess it's pronounced like that. Thank you, man. Yes. Well, people keep asking. V-Score is coming. But I'm just working on other videos. So the enormous saga that is ranking every corner is coming out this Thursday. I won't be here as a live me, but that video is going to come out as a premiere, so those of you who normally watch the streams can watch along together in unison. You can chat along about the progress of the video. It's going to be just over 2.5 hours. So it's basically like a stream. So that'll be coming out, and then V-Score in the next few weeks. You need to obviously like record it and actually get the website live as well, that kind of thing. We shall see. I'm literally only here for Juan. He's on screen for a couple minutes of stream. Do you just turn off? Do you turn off as soon as he goes away? What happens when I accidentally block him? What happens now? Like, do you mute the stream? It's understandable. Like, I don't blame you. I can hear what this sounds like, and I don't blame you. Fair enough. Fair enough. Vomus the Vank engine? That sounds borderline wrong. I don't know what a Vank engine is, but It sounds like you shouldn't put it on stream. Comfort streamer time, if you say so. I can't promise there will be no screaming in the stream. I mean, actually, I can pretty much promise there will be screaming in this stream. There always is. How's everyone doing, by the way? Twitch is about to get ads because that's how Twitch works. They do ads like 5 minutes after the start of the stream. So Twitch is going to get some ads. For those of you YouTube peoples, how are you doing? I'm dating Juan. Ooh. That might be a slightly one-way relationship. I've heard no mention of that from Juan. But, okay, baby. Nishit, welcome to the Green Screen Enthusiasts. Merch discounts, all these other wonderful things coming your way. Lovely, lovely stuff. Let me get my phone out of the way. We can get the game going in the background. Get you that beautiful soundtrack going. See what you think. Things are good. Uni rough this semester. I have found it just continues to get more rough. That's just how uni goes. It's how life goes. Every semester, worse than the last. It's not. It gets better. It's fine. It's fine. Vibing right now? Hell yeah.
This? Medium speed corners. Medium speed corners. Medium speed corners.
One will be missed.
I agree. Juan will be missed. Juan may return. I'm not making any promises, but Juan may return. But he will be replaced by something else of equal greatness. Thank you, Say What, for the super chat. Keys for the medium speed corners. Oh God, what was I going to say? I've got Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton in my F1 manager save in 2026. It's really scraping out the coffins there. Goal hanging along with the Grim Reaper. Hell yeah. So I asked you how it's going. I fully neglected to read in the messages. The Denks says A button blood type emoji. On that, guys. On that, I should add, I believe the text to speech is back down to 100 bits. Now you may think that's a crazy decision, but I, being a fool, have decided to trust you. As soon as I say that out loud, I immediately think, why? Why would I trust you? But I have decided to trust you guys. Text to speech is back down to 100 bits. There was obviously an incident last time. I would like to edit that into like a highlights clip on the Clips channel. Once I'm done with the marathon video, then I will get around to doing that. But for those of you who weren't here last Thursday, I think it was, there was an incident, to put it one way. But that being said, text to speech is back down to 100 bits. We shall see what happens. We shall see how it goes, and we shall review. We shall review. Also, I didn't read your other messages. I think we should have Jote as the background.
Wow.
Thank you. Not against it. We might have to have a vote. We might have to do like a post Abu Dhabi vote, that kind of thing. Or we'll just make it. We'll make it on stream.
This?
Oh.
I heard you talk about trains in the last CCC. Also, did you ever realize that some drivers' careers are really similar? Like Fittipaldi and Alonso.
Firstly, when did I talk about trains in the podcast?
This?
Do a barrel roll.
For fuck's sake. When did I talk about trains in the podcast? I might have, but the genuine question, when did I do that? Because I don't remember that. Did I? I don't think so. But maybe I did. Also yes. Also yes. One sec. Trying to hit the green screen. Ooh, snuck it through. Through the gap. Yes. Yes. You did. For a second, I mentioned the word trains for us. I genuinely don't remember doing that, but sure thing. Sure thing. I'll take your word for it. I got really scared when your name popped up, Walter, because you were the instigator.
What's this?
Last time. Oh, God.
Oh great googly moogly, we're back on our bullshit.
What's this?
Yeah. Yeah.
You've made a severe lapse in judgment with this TTS change, Mr. V.
I reserve the right to up the price at any time, including midstream, which is what we had to do last time. It's back down to 100, but if you guys start taking the piss, it goes back up again, all right? We shall see. We shall see. Mr. V is a train YouTuber. Where are you getting this from? Also, 35 minutes 12 of the camping chair chat. I straight up don't believe you. I think you're full of shit. I want to have to pull up the audio and we're going to confirm live. I don't think I mentioned trains. Oh, Tomo started this golf channel. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. What did you say? 3312? 3512. I'll give you audio only.
Hello.
Oh, soothing sounds, the podcast. Yes. I guess some of you don't actually watch the podcast. You don't know. The bullshit that it looks like. 3512. If I say anything about trains, I'm going to be severely annoyed. In cars behind him crashed. Like, I'm sure Piastri saw no one. There's no mention of trains! You are gaslighting me!
What's this?
Oh, that's 3512.
The rising number one of Formula One. One wonders, should one only win one Formula One year? Would one want to have won that one in round one?
I will say, the original Australian accent of that question works better than the Welsh one. The rising number one of Formula One wonders, should one only win one Formula One year? Would one want to have won that one in round one? Fantastic. There are no mention of trains. No mention of trains. You are gaslighting me. I have a memory of like a goldfish with brain trauma. If you slammed, like, you know how like NFL players, and after years of their brain rattling around inside that helmet, and it has some like serious negative effects. Well, I played American football. Oh shit. Oh, that might explain some things. Anyway, imagine you did that to like maybe like a housefly. That's the length of my memory span. You can't be telling me I said stuff because I don't know. I have no idea what I said. You must have mentioned a DRS train at least once. Probably.
What's this?
Probably for the Japanese Grand Prix, I guess.
Don't you just hate it when your cat wakes you up like this? Meow, 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 meow,
Fuck's
meow,
sake.
meow, 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 meow.
What's this?
As I said before, I can see how that would be annoying. Yep.
Gentlemen, a short view
Well,
back
anyway.
to the past. 30 years ago, Nicky Lauda told us, take a monkey, place him into the cockpit and he is able to drive the car. 30 years later, Sebastian told us, I had to start my car like a computer, it's very complicated.
What's this?
No! No!
In case anyone forgot about the incident last time or simply wasn't there, B button, blood
Okay.
type, emoji, B button, blood 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 type, emoji,
At least there's some
a button,
variety in
type,
this one.
Emoji, a button, blood type, 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 emoji, letters A, B and square emoji, letters A, B and square emoji, letters A, B and square emoji.
At least it's not blood
letters A, B
type.
and square emoji, B button, blood type, emoji, B button, blood type, emoji, B button, blood type, emoji.
I think we should be able to do this with the presenters on the Now TV F1 stream. That's just Sky F1. That's you'd be doing that to Crofty, interrupting her with the B button blood type emoji. He would vibe with it. Well, initially, how much would it cost to get text to speech on the Sky broadcast, which I think has multiple million viewers?
Emoji, B button, blood type, emoji, B button, blood type, emoji.
He's slowing down.
B button, blood
He's
type,
slowing down.
emoji, B button, blood type, emoji, B button, blood type, emoji, B button, blood type, emoji, B button.
I'm just going to read some emails while this is going on.
B button, blood type, emoji, 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 B button, blood type, emoji. Okay, I will take my 10-minute time out now.
What's this?
That's my lunch break over. These planes ain't gonna fix themselves. Also sorry for the, a button, blood type, emoji, a button, blood type, emoji, a button, blood type, emoji. Last stream.
That's alright. Well, I mean, if you got that all out your system, guys, you got that all out your system, I think we're good. So it will stay at 100 because I do like, you know, a bit of backwards and forwards. You guys, I can also see the chat, but things get lost. We're going to keep it at 100 for now. If you behave yourselves. If you behave yourselves. I'm going to make a side pod. It'll be completed in 5 days. Is that 5 days till practice or 5 days until race? 5 days till practice. 5 days till practice. Easy. Easy. Okay. Let's rush through a side pod for Max's car. No, one rushed. Cool.
What's
700
this?
grand. Well, the best part of... We completed...
I understand that, without my agreement, the B buttons have put out a press release late this afternoon that I am blood typing for them next year. This is wrong and I have not signed an emoji with B buttons for 2023. I will not be driving for B buttons next year.
I do appreciate the creativity of that. I'll rate that one. Good meme. That gets a Mr. V seal of approval. Good meme. If you want to screenshot this and make like a trophy out of it. There you go. There you go. We completed an underfloor research, so I'm thinking we do more research. We're only 2 races away from the end of the season. We need to go all in for 2026. I was about to say for Abu Dhabi, but not for Abu Dhabi, for 2026. So, we're researching these. We've done 2, 2, 3 underfloors. Let's do a side pods research, I think. Side pods are a part of the car, and the air goes over them. So that seems like an important thing to research. Engine cooling, airflow, drag reduction.
This?
What is this?
What's
Race car
this?
Race car emoji. Thank you, Yori, for the super chat.
Ricky, these are not new emojis. Which emoji is this? Hello?
Do I just go balanced here? Drag reduction? Drag reduction seems like a good thing to do. Oh, we can up our medium speed. I feel like a bit more top speed. Bit less engine cooling. Fuck that. Bit less airflow sensitivity, but we just go bigly fast in a straight line. I think that's good. Let's do that. Let's do that. 3 engineers on that. $1 million. Lovely. Okay, so Max is going to get a side pod in 5 days on the day of practice. That's fine. Couple emails to read. Las Vegas Grand Prix roundup. Charles Leclerc leading the championship by 25 points exactly. Makes it spicy for the last 2 races. Ferrari have locked down the constructors. We saw them celebrating in Las Vegas last time. Very nice for them. I believe we may even be mathematically locked into 4th. I think theoretically, we can beat McLaren, but that involves us like getting a 1-2 in the next 2 races, which obviously is not going to happen. I don't think theoretically that Aston Martin can catch us. Is there a sprint in Qatar? Yeah, there is. Perhaps theoretically Aston Martin can catch us, but we are 4th. We're getting 4th in the constructors this year, and that's fine. That's fine for a team with no money run by an idiot. 4th is pretty good, so I'll take it. Let's go to the sponsor plan. One final sponsor plan for the year, I would assume. What's this?
I heard that you brought up trains earlier. Here's
Okay,
what
cool.
mine
Have a nice
sounds
time.
like.
You say, sorry. You said, here's what my train sounds like. Okay, no, I do. You guys have mentioned, I did mention the word trains. Because in the podcast, I was mentioning how you can run a train network, but Formula 1 can't track 20 cars. So I did mention trains. You gave me a false timestamp, but I did mention trains. Not in detail, mind you.
Walther_Vondervovibe gifted a tier 1 sub to Fallen_Dan. They have given 35 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you, Wolf, for the gift, sir. Thank you very much. Yes, I, in passing, mentioned trains. I did not, in detail, discuss the pros and cons of a railway network or my favorite aspects of such. Guys constantly trying to gaslight me that this is a train-based channel. This is not a train-based channel. I may, in the future, play a train-based game. I do think saving it as like a donation reward for a charity stream, because you guys are so keen on it. We shall see. One small step at a time. Oh. Ugh. Okay. Finish another research. Yeah, S poor condition. We've only got 2 races. Only 2 races it can hang on in there. Oh, can it?
What's this?
35% is not much. We shall see. We shall see.
Isn't gaslighting how people saw in the dark in the 1800s?
I mean, I feel like I'm in the dark lots of the time. There's this whole community of people organizing jokes at my expense. I guess that's why they call it gaslighting. But it's the opposite of that. I've been lit up. I've not had my world illuminated. Suspension complete. Let's get one more research going. Just to get it in there. I guess we can do a chassis. I think just doing more underfloors is probably for the best. Surely having a good underfloor is a good idea. So let's just do loads of this. Get rid of that drag reduction. Lovely stuff. Couple engineers on that. $1 million. We've got so many $1 million. Easy. Okay, that's a go to race weekend. I thought this channel was called Mr. V's Train Station. Not another train channel. Oh, God. Okay, we've made some side pods. Get it on the car. Let's go to Qatar. Ugh. Okay, side pods manufactured. Strategy prep for Qatar. Good morning, mister. The race, the Qatar Grand Prix, is almost here.
Gaslighting? No, we would never do that. Why would you even think that? We love you so much. We'd never do that to you.
Well, that's reassuring. If someone was manipulating me, they wouldn't say something so nice as that. So that's a really reassuring message. Thank you for that one. The race of Qatar is almost here, so I wanted to make sure the team is prepared before we leave. This is a balanced circuit, and our car isn't well suited. Predicting the best strategy is a 2-stop safety car, 33% chance. There is a sprint race. It's going to be warm, and we're not expecting rain. Shock. Shock headlines. No rain in Qatar. Okay, that's fine. Can Oscar get 13th? Yes. Also, car overall ranking, 17th. We're 4th in the championship somehow. I will take it. Max getting 10th is more touch and go, but we'll take it.
Our calendar brings us to the Middle East this weekend for the Qatar Grand Prix. Making its debut as a Formula One track in 2021, Lusail International is Qatar's Grand Prix circuit, designed initially with motorbike racing in mind.
Very much designed with motorbike racing in mind. And still to this day. Only good for that. Say what? Thank you for the gift sub.
Hello.
On to Clara. Lovely stuff. How the hell do you say that? Ignaslag? Ignaslag. Thank you for the 3 months on Twitch. All right. Let's get this going. I have absolutely no idea what kind of setup you want in Qatar. I'm assuming relatively balanced. So, let's do this.
Hello.
Do you want to save a set of hards, or just use one set of hards? Say what with another gift sub? Thank you, thank you. How's about 2? I mean, people always tell me 2 is better than 1. Fourth in the championship, 9th best car. You're the anti-Alpine. I'm sure we don't have the 9th best car. I think this game is just like hallucinating. I'm pretty confident I've got a decent car rocking around here. I mean, I've got some very good drivers. Well, I've got one very good driver and Max Verstappen. I don't know why is the green screen doing this today? Stop that. It's not that dark in here. Why? Why? Wait, let me get this. Oh. Nope. Wait, let me just point the light directly into my face and see if that makes any difference. Well, I mean, the green screen isn't green anymore, but now I'm... It's a very moody lighting setup, this. It's quite a vibe for the stream. Let's go more like that. House. It's doable. I think that's doable. I think we can make do with that. Not such a green screen expert anymore. I know many things about green screens. I know nothing about lights, clearly. Cinematic. Oh, Mr. V. Alright. Go out on the inters. Thank you. Cool. I'm just going to go out on these hards. I'm sure it's fine. How bad could it possibly be? Oh, I just realised, first stream since the Bahrain Grand Prix, guys. I would love to know your verdicts. I was obviously on the podcast giving some praise. I thought we had a very good race last weekend in Bahrain. A couple of people in the comments disagreeing with that. How did you find it? I would love to know. I'm always curious, like, what kind of stuff people are looking out for in races. Like, for me, loads of stuff happened. Then some people were like, oh, there were no overtakes. And I was like, what? But there were no overtakes for the lead. Fair enough.
Yeah, copy safe.
George made me stressed. I'm sure you were not as stressed as George himself. Racing is good, but F1 as a product is getting worse. Are you referring to like the technical malfunctions, the timing tower and stuff? Absolute masterpiece. Haas did a fantastic race. I mean, because Haas finished so good with both cars, clearly they just had like a solid strategy, solid setup, solid car for the weekend. Obviously, Oliver Behrman got lots of praise for going 20 to 10th, but at the same time, he did qualify P20.
In my career mode, my car is rated third best, but we finished in P12 and 17 with Yuki and Charles. The game is definitely most positively broken.
Well, GG, congrats on your finishing positions. Yeah, I personally, for me, Ocon, fantastic. Just like really good qualifying, really good race, very solid. Held off Max Verstappen for a while. Ocon's been solid, as has Ollie Behrman. Neither of them have been like wow, but both of them have just been like having very good seasons so far. We got to see Kimi Antonelli doing like a whole bunch of stuff. Like he was doing a lot out there. Almost murdered Carlos Sainz. Maybe should have got a penalty for that one for like. He didn't run anyone off the road, but Sainz had to take evasive action. I thought it was great.
I must away now, but I will leave you with this. Your videos and passion for them have brought me so much joy and helped reinvigorate my own love for everything racing related. Have a great race and stream.
Thank you, Dan. Well, I'm glad. That's the whole point. Like, you know, racing is silly. Formula 1 is silly and very fun, and that's just that's what I hope to teach people and show people, that it's just a bit of a laugh. Don't just take things so seriously. Yeah, thank you.
Hello.
Thank you for the bids.
Excel rejoined the green screen enthusiasts. Excel celebrates 3 months of membership. None of the 2019 rookies will ever win the champion.
None of them. I could definitely see George Russell getting a championship one day. Depending on the car. I mean, out of anything in Formula 1, it's dependent on the car. But I could certainly picture George Russell winning a championship. So let's say 2026, Mercedes come out with a very good package, decent engine, good package. I could certainly see George taking home that title. It's going to be interesting this year. It very much does look like it's going to come down to Lando and Piastri. I, at this point in time, would have to go with Oscar. So, let's see. Lando on his day is very quick, probably quicker than Oscar, but Oscar is probably more consistent than Lando nowadays, which is wild to say, honestly. But yeah, thank you for the 3 months, XL. F1 is camp and you gotta love it for what it is. F1's extremely camp. F1's pantomime. It's great. That's why we love it. I love it because it's camp. F1 is very stupid and it knows that it is. At the core of it, basically it's a lot of like rich guys traveling around and just dicking around, and they're well aware that it's like a very non-serious thing most of the time. As is most motor racing is very unserious, which is basically what happens if you have the same group of people and they just like spend entire weekends away together. Like if you've ever done anything with a group of friends or work, and if you're just hanging out for an entire weekend, you just get up with some stupid bullshit. And so that's what motorsport is basically.
The car's really bad.
No, Max, not happy. What's going on? Ooh, okay. More wing. More wing, certainly. Less of that. Less of that. More of that. Something like this. Let's see what he makes of that. Alright, back out. You're good. Go on. Oscar, you again. F1's pantomime. Oh no, it isn't. For fuck's sake.
Good to box.
I'm not psyched up to be performing a pantomime right now. I'm all for it. I'm all for it, given the preparation. It's a whole hell of a vibe. Like, you got to be in the right headspace for that. I personally just don't like Norris at all, so I guess I'm a Piastri fan now. I can understand it. Norris has a bit of a... I hate to say it, but Norris does have a bit of like a spoiled rich kid kind of vibe lots of the time. So I don't know, he clearly struggles with the mental pressure. I sound like Helmut Marko saying that, but it's tough. It's tough. We had scenes like him after qualifying, and he goes into the media pen and he's asked what went wrong, and he like points to himself, and it's like, yeah, you can think that, but I do believe it to be unhealthy to be like saying these things out loud. Quite frankly, like to the media, like he seems like he's in a pretty bad place for a lot of the weekend and just many weekends recently in Formula 1. So, yeah. And sadly, that can be a turn-off for lots of people. People don't like seeing people be stressed and upset. Like if you meet someone for the first time and they're all like stressed and pissed off with themselves, it's not particularly like charismatic way to meet someone, is it? All right, let's do this, and let's do this, and then let's do this, and then let's do not that. Let's give him that. See what he says. 20 laps, go on. Can anyone educate me on why the Red Bull car was bad at Bahrain? Red Bull's never gone particularly well in Bahrain for the last few years. Bahrain, for a while, has been very suited to Ferrari, very suited to Haas as well, who's done well in Bahrain. Bahrain is a traction track. So you hear them talk about how the rear wheels are going off. It's like rear tire limited. Which basically means most of the wear on the car, like you're pushing the rear tires harder because most of the wear is coming from acceleration. So think in Bahrain out of turn 1, not so much like turn 4, but like out of turn 8, out of turn 10, through turn 11, out of turn 11, 12, 13. It's very much about how quickly you can accelerate. And for years, Ferrari has been basically the best car. They don't necessarily have the best acceleration in a straight line, but out of a corner, they do. So Bahrain has been like a Ferrari power unit track for a while. Ferrari and Haas have done very well there in recent years. Red Bull, lots of time, is like the opposite of that. So Red Bull has very high top speed, but they don't necessarily have the best acceleration on the grid. And at the same time, people like Mercedes have for a while been very good in like low speed corners, of which Bahrain, you know, like turns 9, 10, turns 1, 2, that kind of thing. And then McLaren's just strong everywhere at the moment, but they're strongest in like high speed corners, which is why I think McLaren should be pretty dominant in Jeddah. We shall see. Yeah, it kind of just is like the perfect matchup to be suiting all the other cars more than Red Bull. Like a more kind of like general standard track is better for Red Bull. They're kind of like an all-rounder team. Can you tell us what you know about the zooming past situation? Yeah, I mean, I was talking to him recently. So for those who don't know, zooming past obviously makes excellent videos about making tracks. Helped me on the Monaco but ruined video. I say helped me, he made the entire track. But we like designed it together, right? Yeah, I was talking to him like a few weeks ago, and he was saying that like it takes so long to make those videos because you have to design a track in Blender and the whole time be filming it and then sometimes like go back and like get pickups and stuff. So it's like 2 weeks just of filming, and then there's like planning and stuff before that. And then obviously his editing style is quite involved as well. So like my production cycle is long, and at the best of times it takes me like, it really varies. So like the Cape Town video was actually only like 2 days, but some videos are more like 8 days, 8 solid working days. So it's basically like 2 weeks of work, near enough. And some are way longer, some are more like 3 or 4 weeks. All of his are like 3 or 4 weeks, which is crazy. And then I remember him telling me at the start of the year, he was working for a startup, but then the startup just went under. So he mentions in the video that like he had a job and then he lost it, but the reason was the whole company he was working for like disappeared. It's not that he got fired. He was in a startup, and then I think the startup just like failed a funding round, and so suddenly there was no job. So yeah, he was trying to make YouTube a career, but I think he was realizing that like making those specific track videos, you can't make them fast enough to like make a full-time living unless he was like guaranteed to get a couple million views every time. And he was getting very good views, but not enough to just make one video a month. And so yeah, he was looking to branch out, and he tried that with like stuff on his main channel, and it didn't do so well, so he's just looking to branch out further. And he was saying as well that he wanted to do, you know, more than just tracks anyway. He'd been talking about ideas like that for a while, like when I discussed with him in the past. So yeah, it makes sense. I could be good. The new video he made is excellent, honestly. When is the Corners video coming? It is coming this Thursday. It will release as a premiere. I don't know what time. I'll probably set it for... I normally release videos at 4 p.m. UK time. So that's what, like 5, 6 p.m. Central European. I might do the same, or I might push it back a bit. I'll put it as a premiere, which means you can watch it, you know, with other people and like be in live chat, because it's such a long video. It's coming this Thursday. The edit is... It will be finished like tomorrow morning. Mr. V bragging about making the Monaco track when all he did was unmute in the Zoom. I would admit I did 0 of the Blender work. That is true. Is it the same for me? It's not the same for me. Is it the same that I want to do other things? Or is it the same that I was working for a startup? No, I like my Mr. V's Garage is a bit more diversified than his channel. Like his channel's doing really well and he's getting lots of subscribers, but if you look, he's only off the like track design videos, there's only like 10 of those videos. So like I do get more views from him, and then obviously like live stream views, merchandise sales. So I'm a bit more like diversified. So I'm a bit more like stable, able to make this a living, which is good. Which I'm very grateful for. And it's tricky. It's very difficult to get into that situation. You gotta really know what you're doing. But no, I mean, I have plans to do other stuff, but I'm not stopping Mr. V's Garage. I'll just be doing other stuff alongside it, particularly if I can just pay someone to edit something else. That'd be cool. Mr. V worked for a company called Mr. V's Railways, but it went under. Oh, God. And now we're denied the train content we deserve. I'm sure at some point there will be train content. Not much, but some. Gambling during the corners video, please. It's not. It won't be a live stream, so I can't give you that one. I'm sorry. Does Max now have the highest sea level time? Yeah, he will do. I haven't run it, but he will do. In that system, we shall see how it looks in V-Score, because that's a lot more complex. Do you think Max is actually going to leave Red Bull within the next couple of years? I think there's a good chance of it. He'll definitely be there next year. I'm confident he'll be driving for Red Bull in 2026. Unless he's doing, like, you know, early sim tests for them and he can see that the car is, like, garbage. Like, hot, steaming garbage. And you must imagine, one must imagine, that if you were another top team, Mercedes, Aston, whatever, Amy Amos spins at turn 1. You would imagine that other top teams, if you're trying to entice a top driver, you would maybe drop some hints as to simulation times of your 2026 design so far. Just so the driver can make, let's say, like an educated choice about their future. So you wouldn't give them like precise data, but you might drop some hints as to lap times you might be seeing, that kind of thing, or like, you know, horsepower that your engineers are reporting from the new engine. Like, if you imagine how did Lewis Hamilton make what in hindsight is a very informed decision about joining Mercedes for 2013. Well, it wasn't a guess. Mercedes would have been just telling him information that they had. So yeah. So like Max will be able to see, he'll be able to see how Red Bull's doing for the future. He'll be able to see, get some idea of how the other top teams are doing for the future. So yeah. But I don't think he would go to Mercedes. Like, why the hell would Mercedes drop either of their current drivers? So yeah, it would be more like Aston. We shall see. We shall see. No, I don't think he would go to Mercedes. That's what the headlines have to say, but I can't see any reason for that to happen. Let's get that car in. Let's get as much setup done as we can. To racing rules.
Balance check.
Alright, how are we looking, Max? Oh! 69. 69. Nice. Could be worse. Okay, let's put that there. Bring those in. Bring those in. Honestly, that could be near the setup. Let's put that down. Something like this. I think traction's going to want to be a bit different. So let's flick traction up like that. Let's try this. See what he says about that. Okay. And Oscar, what are we saying? Ooh, 77. 77. We take those.
Do a barrel roll.
Guys, give me a second. give me just a little minute here. Okay, let's try him on that. I'll do the barrel roll. There's no winning with you guys. Oh, the screen. The screen. Max to Cadillac. That it's too much for a gamble for Max. Like, despite what he says, Max is there to win races still. I don't see a world in which Cadillac is winning races for several years after they join the sport. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Max to Aston for 2026. He's a big new fan. They're switching to Honda engines. He's obviously got some elements there that would be very familiar for Max. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I don't know. If I was Max, I'd stay at Red Bull for 2026. See how that year goes with the new regulations. Can Red Bull turn it around? Then make a decision based on that. See where the other teams are. I think leaving at the end of this year is just... I think he's likely to shoot himself in the foot career-wise. You'd end up, you know, like an Alonso, like a Ricardo, and you just be like going around like various mid-table teams and like doing good performances, but basically like Alonso. And yeah. So I think it makes more sense for him to stay for 2026. How did I land Piastri and Verstappen? Money, baby. Just gotta pay them absolutely tons of money and it works out all good. Goat Lonzo will win one more time, I believe. Well, he's sticking around for next year, right? I could see an Alonso win 2026 because I think that year is going to be very shaken up. I think we could see a lot of DNFs in 2026 just because the new cars will be like mental. So I think there'll be lots of crash DNFs, but also just tons of mechanical DNFs, new engines, new aero. Cars will just have like engines exploding constantly, like wings flying off, that kind of stuff. So I think we could get some very strange results in 2026. I could see an Alonso win. I could see it happening.
Yep. Copy.
How much time do drivers make up in F1 Manager? Well, Max is worth negative time, clearly. He's fucking washed. Lots of mechanical DNFs mean we finally get a Hulk podium. Nah. Nah. He's cursed. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. And this is the point when Audi come out with the best car next year and get Hulkenberg world champion. How much of the engine's changed since 2014? A lot. Like a lot. But yeah, fundamentally they are the same engines. If you put a 2014 one and the 2025 one side by side, they would look wildly different, I guarantee you. But yeah, I know what you mean. Alright. They are not too confident going into sprint quali, but we're getting the car there. We're getting the car in there.
Welcome everyone, qualifying for the sprint awaits us, and we're raring to get going.
Let's see how the car's doing. That looks good. Only good. Merely good on the straights. I'm going to leave him on that for now. And we can swap him out for main quali. It looks good. It looks good. It looks good. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. All right. Can't choose tires or anything like this. Sprint quali, here we come. Does every car get checked after every race for plank wear and or weight? For plank wear, no, certainly not. A random selection of cars is pulled in. Weight? Yes, I believe. Every car is weighed because that's much easier to do. Like, you know, they have just the scales down at the end of the pit lane. And you see people randomly coming in at the end of like Q2 because they get called to the weigh bridge. So I'm pretty sure they weigh every car, cause, like at the end of qualifying the race. It's very easy to just roll them over the weigh bridge. And you see them, they weigh every driver as well. And it'd be pointless weighing the drivers if you're not weighing the cars. Well, there's rules on the driver thing, but still. But plank wear, no. You have to have like further inspections happen to get caught for plank wear. Okay, let's do some bankers. See if Max has actually learned how to drive this thing. Hulk will be champion without a single podium. Is that even possible? I think in theory, yes. Because you could just get a fourth every race, rack up 12 points. And then if the people on the podium is just like a rotating, revolving door of different people, and particularly if they get like a... If you get like a win, but then you get 2 DNFs, and you DNF before... you get like a non-classified, you should get 0 points if you're not classified. So if you DNF like lap 1. So if all the other drivers, you get like 3 drivers and they get first, second, third, and then those 3, they have a first lap crash the next 2 races, they're going to be averaging, even the guy who got 25 points is going to be averaging what, 8.5, 8.3, which is less than Hulkenberg's 12. So yes, in theory, in theory, you could win the driver championship and never get a podium. But obviously, that is never going to happen. I actually don't know what the lowest like podium percentage is for a championship year. I'm actually very curious. I don't have that.
So gap ahead is good.
I've got the raw data to figure that out, but I don't have that, like, stat to hand. I would need to go away and look at that. That is interesting, because obviously you can look at, like, the maximum podiums in a year, which I'm pretty sure is just max in 2023. And so I guess it's that he must have had, what, like 90, close to like 95% podiums. Must be the highest, but the lowest. I reckon there's a champion who was on maybe 30% of podiums. That kind of thing. Daily reminder that Hulkenberg has a podium, even a win at the 24 hours. It's not real, mate. It's not real. Formula 1 is the only motorsport that exists. We all know that. It's not real. Can you become world champion on 288 points? Yeah, because in theory, it's possible that every other driver gets 0 for the entire year. If you have a lap 1 crash, even if everyone else also has a lap 1 crash, if they decide to run the race further, which they probably wouldn't if there's only 1 car left, but you wouldn't get a DNF. You would be not classified, or you wouldn't run long enough to have a classified finish, and therefore you'd get 0 points, even if you were in the top 10. Okay, Piastri 1.2 seconds off science. So yeah, in theory, it's possible that every other driver gets 0 points for the year. So yes, you can win on any number of points as long as it's more than 0. Schumacher had 100% podiums. Oh, in 2020... Sorry, in 2002? Potentially. 100% podiums. But yeah, fair enough. But actually, much harder to figure out who has the lowest podium percentage in their championship, yeah. Not harder, but like, much more of a niche statistic.
Copy.
What would be more boring, a race of only a single car, Suzuka 2025? Yeah, you joke, but obviously the race of 1 car, because then you're just watching a show run. Imagine watching 70 laps of a single car just drive around. It'd be like watching pre-season testing. And I think it would devolve into that, because the commentators would start doing their like random nonsense chat that we get during pre-season testing. The only peril, therefore, is will they crash? And if you're the only car, you can just drive around at like walking pace to make sure that you don't. So but I don't know if there's rules. Like, if enough people are out of the race, do they just end it? I guess if there's at least 2 cars, it carries on, right? Because you still got to see which one of them wins. But I don't know. I read the sporting regulations a while ago. I don't remember there being a rule about what happens if there's only 1 car. I guess they never thought about that situation, which is a big oversight by the FIA, if you ask me. All right, mediums. Max, get in here. Get in the garage. Okay, our banker laps, bad. Imagine being the last car standing and then getting a disqualification. It's possible. It's possible. Let's go out. Let's just do 230. The magical 230. Okay, we'll go after the Red Bull. 2, 3, 4, 5. No one in front of Max, please. No, 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 no. I see a kick. Oh, there's a gap. There is a gap to that Mercedes. There is a gap. And if we can go on the same pace as that Mercedes, we're probably okay. So let's see. This is a cool idea for videos. What would happen in theoretically possible but practically impossible situations? Well, I think the problem is that we don't know. There's no rules. There's no clarification because basically Formula 1, the FIA, just writes rules after something happens for the first time. It's much like in Spa 2021. And they didn't... Like, we've had races rained off before, but... I don't know why, actually, they didn't have a rule for that. But, you know, then they made a rule about what happens in that situation because they were just like... Ugh? And the same thing for Japan 2020... Was it 2 or 3 when they had all like the mess up and they couldn't tell Max if he'd actually won the championship or not? These kinds of things, like they write rules after they happen for the first time. I'm confident there is not a rule. What happens if there's only one car left? I'll give it a read. I'll let you know. But and so the video would be me just like speculating what might happen. But it's entirely theory and even more entirely theory than my normal videos. Alright, looks like Max has made more of a gap to the car ahead, which I don't hate that. I don't hate that. The Mercedes is still there. It's there. But there's a couple seconds. There's a couple seconds gap. Do not let Alonso in front of you. It's not even Alonso. I believe it's Van Dorn. What the hell? That's not a kick. It's not a kick. It's Felipe Drugovich.
Big gap ahead. Go one.
Mark of a true fan is someone willing to read the FIA sporting regulations. I am just effectively unemployed and have a lot of free time. Send an email to MBS. He needs a good distraction from his current BS. I do not want him to get a hold of my email. That would be thoroughly bad for me if I continue to say negative comments about his leadership of the FIA. Okay, Verstappen 17th. He just needs to improve. Were you not listening? Does no one improve? I swear to God, if Max could just learn to qualify, we would win the Constructors' Championship. God damn. Where'd you find the FIA regs? On the FIA website. They're made public. Just Google it. As of anything, just Google it. It's not that hard. I believe the race would be ended since nobody wants to watch a single car driving around a track. I disagree, because there's still a lot of money at stake. Like, obviously, winning races is hugely important. You have to find out if that lone car gets far enough to be classified and therefore wins the race. And I guess there's some weird thing, because even if you're in front, if you don't do every lap, there might be some weird rules on that. And at the same time, while you say no one wants to watch it, the Formula 1 is like blocked out in TV schedules. So if they pull the race off, then like what goes out? What goes out? And for the people who are there like in the circuit, if you cancel the race, you are liable to a refund, and they're not going to refund like 200,000 people their tickets. They just simply won't do that. So they'll allow one car to go around and then say that you had a proper race. See, it's kind of an interesting theory what would happen. Maybe I shall make a video on that, a little quick one. Maybe. Anyway, Max is out because he can't qualify. We shall look at alternatives after Abu Dhabi. We shall look at our alternatives. Did a bit of math GPT. The minimum points you need to win a championship is 60. I guarantee you the minimum is 1. The minimum is 1, guys. Well, you can't score one without other people scoring more. So let's call it the minimum is 25. Just like Spa 21 was a proper race. Yeah, but they did refund Spa 21, right? Was anybody here? Were any of you there in the venue for Spa 2021? There's a good chance that one of you might have been. Minimum is 12.5 due to the first 2 lap rule. But isn't it even less than that? If we do less than... Because the new rules now isn't the minimum points for a win something stupid like... And also surely, you could simply win a shortened sprint race and get like 4. Hear me out. Let's say the first round of the year had a sprint. We do the sprint. You win that, but it's like a shortened sprint race. And I don't know if there's rules about short sprints, but maybe that's included in those rules. Let's say, if it's possible, you get like 4 points for a sprint. And then, from then on, all 20 cars have a first corner collision every single race from then on. And so you have 4 and you win the championship. I bought tickets for Vietnam 2020 and got refunded if that account. Well, that one actually didn't happen. There's no refuting that Hanoi 2020 didn't happen. But Spa 2021, like, people were there and cars went round. But I believe they refunded people. V, you sounded yikes away from the mic. What?
Copy.
There was no refund. Ooh. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Fewest podium percent is Keke Rosberg in 1986 with 6 podiums in 16 races. Hell yeah. Keke Rosberg. What a fucking gangster. Sorry, I have to unsubscribe. It pisses me off seeing live stream my sub feed. Love your videos though. You are living life on a thin line there, but okay. Do we get refunds for China 2024 sprint in the Mr. V universe? It was never built to happen in the first place. I don't know what you're talking about. There was a planned Vietnam GP in 2020. Is that like a joke, or did you genuinely not know? But yes, there was. That's what the Hanoi track was for. But then obviously COVID and the entire calendar got redone.
Excellent lap.
Just got a double ad BC, I forgot limo.
Copy.
Forgot what? Forgot to resubscribe. Thank you for the 5 months of Prime, Timothy. Do you reckon we'll ever see the Hanoi Street track? No. Well, there's a permanent section of it which is still there, as far as I know. So theoretically we could, but no. I think the organization committee, because obviously like every race has like the organizers. That whole like company is gone, as far as I'm aware. So no, we're never going to see it. In theory, if all cars retire, the 10 last drivers on track will still get points. No. So there are cases where less than the total points positions finish. So maybe I'm saying this as if it's like common knowledge, but there's a difference between like finishing a race, being classified in a race, and then being non-classified. So if you obviously just drive to the end, even if you're like 1 lap down or 2 laps down, you have finished the race. You have driven to the end of the race. If you crash out, let's say 10 laps to go, so over, what, 75% distance, you are classified. And so let's say you were in, well, let's say you crash, but loads of other people have as well, and so you're technically still 12th overall, but you're classified, you are 12th. And let's say that happens and you're in the top 10, you will get points, even if you like literally crash on like the second last lap. But if you crash early enough, even if you're in the top 10, you are not classified because you haven't driven enough of the race, and therefore even if you're in the top 10, you won't get points. And that has happened, but I want to say maybe only 90% to be classified. Okay. Yeah, we've had a couple times, and I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but some things that spring to mind would be like 1996 Monaco Grand Prix, and there's less classified drivers than points positions, and the points are just not given out. Because the theory is that if all the cars crash on the first lap, it's unfair to say who should get the points. Like, yeah, if you're a couple laps away from the end, if you crash with 3 laps to go and someone else crashes with 4 laps to go, you're ahead of them. And even if it's on the same lap, you're ahead of them. But, like, if you both crash on lap 2 of a 55-lap race, there's every chance that they would have got ahead of you, and so the other car should have got points, and so you just don't give the points to anyone.
What's this?
Okay, see cars going out.
Every driver GWTS found out to have been spying on one driver and everyone outscores him, so he has 0 points. The FIA finds out and disqualifies everyone McLaren 2007 style. So the last driver will be champ on 0 points, right?
What if every driver gets found out to have been spying on one driver and everyone outscores him, so he has 0? Oh, so you're saying 19 drivers are all spying on the 20th driver. Driver 20 gets 0 points, but everyone else gets disqualified. Last driver will be champion on 0 points. I'm going to give a tentative yes. But I would need to check the sporting regulations. There's a chance that there's some like minimum threshold to be declared world champion because of situations like that. So it might be that you have to have at least 1 championship point, or you have to compete in X number of races or something. But I suppose, in theory, yes. Because like in the McLaren situation, the other people don't get shifted up, so he doesn't become the winner of all those races. You still just have 0. But I think in that situation, to save face, the FIA would then say that they're like redistributing race points, and they would give that driver like 24 wins. Because to have a champion on 0 points would look so crazy for their history books. But I think at that point they would like shift around the points to give them points. But yeah, there might be a rule that you have to have at least scored 1 point, something weird like that, to prevent this kind of strange situation. I don't know why you would need to prevent a situation like this, because that is a ludicrous... All 19, so including that person's teammate. Or maybe 18, so the 9 other teams are all spying on this team. They get disqualified, and then your teammate just, like, I don't know, sells weed to kids and gets arrested, and so is disqualified, but for, like, a different reason. Because to spy on your own teammate is insanity. Let's get through Oscar's flying lap here. What? Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. Do a Frank Montgomery. Excluded from Formula E for doing coke. Imagine imagine getting kicked out of Formula E? Oh. How can you instantly come up with selling weed to kids? I think that's a reasonable thing that someone might get caught doing. I guess if you had a Formula 1 salary, maybe you don't need to, but they might just enjoy it. They may enjoy the entrepreneurial nature of it. And also Piastri goes out in P11, so not a good sprint qualifying for us. Qatar is not our track. Qatar is not a good track for this team. All right.
Well, it's a different format this weekend, with a sprint set to spice up today's events.
Very nice. I'm going to run quick ads. I'm going to fill this up, just get some water or something. And then we shall have a little sprinty race. I'll be back in just 2 minutes, guys. Enjoy yourselves. Try not to deal weed to kids. But, you know, you do you. You do you, babe. Not going to stop you. I'll be back in just a second. Just sold weed to an 8-year-old. My bad. Just gonna pretend I didn't read that one. Wait. Lucy, $3 only do barrel rolls. If me and Shabby are around, then barrel rolls are infinite anyway. Are you refunding?
Do a barrel roll.
Are you refunding these barrel rolls? So you get your mod status taken away. Fraud like that. Fraud? In my stream? Fraud? I'll be having none of that, thank you very much. No fraud here today. We don't do these things. Yep. I need... it's tough working conditions around here. It's tough. Alright. My YouTube is broken, but it looks like the stream is still going out, so that's cool. I can still see messages from YouTube there. So it's all good. It's all good. We continue to the sprint race. We start P11 and P17. Nice. Softs to the end, I guess so. If we want to go slightly less aggressive than that, don't bin the strategy. Yeah, let's just do it like that, mate. 1 dot pace? I guess so, and then we just push if we need to. Because then we'll have tires at the end. We'll have them at the end. And that's actually faster. Yeah, okay, let's do that. We obviously fuel properly. We push a little bit at the start. Get the ERS going. Nice, okay. Let's get the sprint race done. If that was a session I could care less about than the Qatar sprint, I would let you know, but yeah.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
With such a small enclosure, I wouldn't count you as a free-range content creator. I haven't been outside in weeks. I forgot what the sun looks like. Piastri up into 9th, Verstappen up into 15th. And that's on 1 dot tyre pace. If we can make that work, that'd be nice. Keep them until the end. We've got people like Russell on the hard. Is everyone on the hards? No, it's a mix. It's a mix. Leclerc and Sauce right at the front, looking to win this thing. Looking to get into first at the very least. Let's see if we can make it happen. Got Ocon making a move. Guys. I'm trying to enjoy lap 1 here. I don't know how I had so much space like last stream. Qatar sprint taking place in the Shadow Realm. I guess you do get sandstorms in real life, so it's that, I suppose. Like, you just get like a sand cloud, right? That's a thing. Are they on high aggression? Ah! Ooh, yes. They are not. Yeah, I'm sure you get like sand weather. Sand weather. It's sand weather. Sand fog. No, but you do get like, you know, the wind picks up the sand and blows it around the place. So it's that, I suppose. We've had that in places like Bahrain. I can't remember in Qatar, but it's Qatar. I don't want Formula 1 to go to this track. This is a motorbikes track. And like, it's nice to see the game has realistic crowd numbers here for the Qatar Grand Prix. So that's nice. Look at them all there. We've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. There's a couple here. 26, 27, 28, 29. 29 people in attendance for the Qatar Grand Prix. It's accurate to real life. I don't care for this track. I don't care for this venue. So we send emojis again. Oh god, do I have to choose between watching?
Do a barrel roll.
I have to choose between watching a Qatar sprint race and listening to emojis for 45 minutes. Jesus. Oh, it's still working. Yeah, I'll put it there. That's fine. Haha. Just what's new? Not much. Bad qualifying. Qatar sprint. It's going mid. Let's see what happens. We are falling off the packs ahead. Verstappen's still in there. Piastri falling off Vesti, but we are saving these softs so we can push them towards the end, so that's fine. Holding Joe behind. Don't mind it. Don't mind it. That sounded bad. Yeah. It's had worse. The screen's had worse. Go back down to balance fuel. I don't know how quickly we save it around here. I would kind of guess not that quickly. Lots of these corners. I guess actually there's lots of corners you can just coast in and like glide through with still a relatively high minimum speed. So actually maybe you can save a lot of fuel in Qatar. For emojis you get money. I do get money. I don't know when. At some point in the future, I get a payout from Twitch. But it's very true. My ears bleed, but my wallet, it weeps tears of pure joy. Race at sunset better than at night. That shot there, that is very picturesque. That I do enjoy. I don't know entirely ideal about shining the sun directly into driver's eyes. You can get tinted visors, you know, but it's still tough on visibility. We had, what race was it? And we had drivers going directly into the sunset. I want to say maybe it was Baku a couple years ago, and those drivers complaining they just like couldn't see on one section of the track. Was it Baku? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, not a great idea. We are thoroughly falling off Festi. We shall see if we can come good at the end of the race on our tyres. Joe goes through. He's on hards. Hopefully he can pull Piastri through. I don't hate it. Verstappen's still in P16. I do hate it. QATAR back straight. That sounds about right, because it was QATAR back straight points, what, south-west? Does that make sense in the afternoon? That could be it. That could be it. We need an answer to the age-old question, Coke or Pepsi? I may upset some people. I may ruffle some feathers with this answer. But the categorically better choice is obviously Pepsi. Flavor-wise. Now, for context, I grew up drinking Coke daily. Daily. We always had a supply of it at home. Coke, Diet Coke, Coke Zero, we always had it. I had it every single day, like a couple cans. Is that good for you as a small growing child? No. I thoroughly admit no. So I can safely say that Pepsi is better now that I have the choice of buying either one. Pepsi has more sweet and fizzy. Yeah, I think that's fair. Pepsi Max grind set. Pepsi Max is the ideal. Pepsi Max is fantastic, and then like if you want to go for the flavored ones, a flavored Pepsi Max is always better than a flavored Coke of the same version. Like a cherry Pepsi Max fucking blasts cherry Coke out the water. The same thing for like, you know, vanilla lime. Lime Coke tastes like washing up liquid. Lime Pepsi also tastes like washing up liquid, but a nice expensive washing up liquid that I wouldn't mind drinking. Coke is more classy. Hard disagree. Hard disagree. That's just marketing. You are falling foul to marketing. Imagine drinking water. I couldn't imagine such a thing. Our tires are getting cold. We've got gaps ahead. Okay, let's go light pace. Let's go light pace, I think.
We need a lot of low speed scrubbing.
Pepsi tastes salty? Really? Where are you getting your Pepsi from? I've never had a Pepsi and gone, salty. But even if it was, I don't mind that. I love a bit of salt. You gotta be getting good amount of salts in your diet, guys. Salt helps you absorb liquids. Very important if you're, you know, in the gym. You gotta be getting those salts in there. I put salt in Oscar's Pepsi. Well, that that would explain some things. Agreed for real, Mr. V. Thanks for putting effort into our vids, but the fuck is lime Pepsi? I don't buy it. I'm not saying you should buy it, but I'm saying if one were to seek out a flavored cola variety, the Pepsi ones are always the better option. I would never buy a lime one because just get a normal one. If I wanted something that tastes like limes, I would have a lime or like a margarita. But like a vanilla, not against it. Not against it. But you don't usually drink salt, do you? I drink loads of salt. Have you ever heard of like an energy drink? You ever heard of like a electrolytes drink? It's fucking full of salt. Get a Lucozade Sport, mate. Tons of salt in that because you need it to take on the fluids. To absorb the fluids, procure the fluids. You need the salts. Lime Pepsi is goated, I swear to God. No, I can't get behind that statement. I'm sorry, I can't. But I will. Lime Pepsi is better than Lime Coke. Lime Pepsi is worse than all other kinds of Pepsi, but it's better than Lime Coke. I'll give you that one. When is your ultimate definitive best F1 GOAT calculator coming out? In a few weeks. In a few weeks. As I said, it's mostly there. I've been working on big projects. I've been working on the Every Corners video. I'll be away from Thursday till Tuesday. But yeah, I aim to get the website live in the next couple weeks. And then video to follow, basically. Just joined. Are those voice messages still a thing? I'm still haunted by them. They certainly can be if you ask nicely enough. Autistic people more likely to need electrolytes. Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I mean, everyone could do with some electrolytes, but okay, fair enough. What's your favorite for ice cream? Is mint choc chip a valid choice? Yeah, I'll accept it. I'll accept it. It's not mine, but, you know, sure, if you like mint. If you... I guess I would go... I love a coffee, like a coffee ice cream. Beautiful. But I just love coffee. So that would be why. But, you know, give me some, like, some more complex flavors. Give me, like, a honeycomb. Give me, like, a... Oh, my God. Give me a rum raisin. Hell yeah. But probably coffee ice cream, I would have to say, if I had to choose one for the rest of my life. Opinion on after rates. I do like them. I do like a mint. I do like it. I love to cook with mint. Very nice.
Brilliant time management.
Have you ever tried Marmite and Nutella on toast? How do I time people out? Now, that is a, frankly, a heinous thing to ask. How do I time people out? Marmite and Nutella? No. Just because they're both brown liquids does not mean you should be combining them. What the hell is going on in your household? Don't do that. Don't do that. Americano with ice cream? Yes, Americano with ice cream is an affogato. That is nice. That's nice.
Fires are good.
But I more just meant coffee flavored ice cream from the get-go, not coffee and ice cream separately. But I do like an affogato. That's acceptable. Americano flavor that's put in a milk-based product. A, yes, but B, who said it's milk-based? Dairy-free ice cream, ever heard of it? Soy-based ice creams, very good for you. It doesn't have to be dairy. And actually, we try and avoid dairy. Like, we don't buy any dairy milk or anything. I'll get butter sometimes, but actually, I prefer to get olive butter anyway. Mrs. V will buy cow butter, but I always just buy olive butter.
Medium speed corners. Medium speed corners.
There are certainly a few of those in guitar. And does that make it a good track? No. Alright, let's deploy. Let's make some overtakes. Come on. Jesus Christ, this race. I need to start going through this faster pace, I guess. Oh, this track is just dog shit. It's so awful for Formula 1. Like, honestly. It's just so boring. Okay, we're making up places. That's gone well for Verstappen. That's gone well. That's gone well. We're getting back up to fuel parity. 10 laps to go. We'll let them get slightly over and we'll start to push again. 73% tyres. I feel like for the last 4 laps, when we get to... well, maybe like 5 laps to go, we'll start really pushing the tyres. Other people are on hards with terrible life because they've been pushing. So these last couple laps, we might be able to make a good number of places. Are we actually coming back on Vesti? 3-6... We might be. Honestly, we're already coming back on vesting. We're not even pushing yet. So we could get a couple points out of this. Lando lost his seat in this universe? Yes, basically. The same with Max. Max was dropped, I guess, just because the way the AI handles its financials. Those drivers are too expensive, so fair enough. Qatar is awful for everything with more than 3 wheels. But how is it for, like, Reliant Robins? I do believe we could get an absolute, you know, all-time race if we swapped out the F1 cars for Reliant Robins here in Qatar. That holds true for most tracks. I kind of want to see that now. I do think, because I've said this, Bish Bash Bosh, by the way, guys, is coming back a week on Sunday. I have said that for every 5th Bish Bash Bosh, so for Bish Bash Bosh number 5, it will start to do some like special events.
Maybe debris ahead. Caution.
Who's in the crash? I think it's behind us. It is. It's at the back.
Tries to get by.
I would love to do a Bish Bash Bosh where it's always in the super van. We do a thing where I'm in the races, and any race that you finish behind Mr. V, you're eliminated from the competition. And we keep running races until there's basically one person left. Be real awkward if I just win the first race, but I get the feeling that some people may try and spin me out. Yeah, 3-wheeler racing is just phenomenal. Monaco tuk-tuk race. Right, the lead is on lap 15. When we get to the line, then we're going to pull the pin on this. Sergeant has damage. Didn't ask. Beat the V. Exactly, beat the V. It's going to be a banger event. Anyway, this a week on Sunday is Bish Bash Bosh 3. So we've got a bit of time until 5, but it's still going to be good. Okay.
Push a bit more.
Start to push on these tyres. See if we can make some places. Should be able to get Russell pretty easily, and then Vesti is not too far up the road. There we go. That's P8. That's a point. Vesti, 3.5 seconds away. We can do that. We can do that. Monaco would be a fire bicycle race. Like bicycle or motorbikes. Should I organise F1 Canada, but it's Reliant Robins and AC? It sounds fun. It sounds very fun, I do agree. E-bikes for Monaco. No, I think full pedal powered, you know. Make it like it's like a stage of the Tour de France. Yeah, like, you know, you got to put some mechanical effort in, fucking e-bikes. But I do agree. A bicycle race around the Monaco track, same length. Still 200 kilometers. No, not under 2 hours. It's still the same length as the Formula 1 race. I think it could be good, honestly. Isn't the Tour de France already through Monaco? They started or ended in Monaco? Like in the most recent running, I want to say, but like not the whole tour. They kind of have to mostly go through France. It is in the name. But they obviously, you know, regularly have sections in like Italy or sometimes in Spain, that kind of thing. Or Switzerland. Didn't they go around the circuit? I don't think it was the whole circuit. I think they started up by the casino, maybe? I don't think it was the whole circuit. Right, let's push this fuel a bit. Don't know why Max's engine is so hot. Don't like that. I don't like that. Not one bit. Verstappen gets P9. P8, P9 for us. We are actually not catching Vesti now. Go Beau Rivage 100 times? Mate, a Tour de France cyclist could easily do the Beau Rivage hill, like, what, 75 times in a row? That's fine.
We need the full lift.
Can you do F1 driver impressions? No. No, I'm not going to try. That's not a good idea. No. Are you married or single? I am neither of those two things. I have a partner. In a legal sense, like on legal documents, single, because I'm not married, but no, I have a partner. She's called Mrs. V. She's very familiar to chat. Oh, guys! I won't give away too many details, but tentatively, Mrs. V has agreed to record a video this weekend for my channel. She's not starting her own channel. She's still kind of thinking about it as an option, but she has agreed to appear in a Mr. V's Garage video to be filmed within the next week. And so maybe coming out, like, you know, end of next week. Watch this space. Okay, we're going to finish 2 seconds behind Vesti, but I don't think we're going to get him. No, tires are gone. Tires are gone. Probably should have actually not pushed as soon, but oh well. Max, what the fuck have you done? Stop doing that. Just get to the line. Leclerc wins.
Okay.
We get 1 point. A lowly 1 for Piastri.
Let's take a flag.
Mrs. V twink video. It's not the twink. It's not the twink list. It's not the twink list.
Mega job.
That is not going on my channel.
Yeah, thank you.
We're going to move forward from here.
If she is Mrs. V, then you're both married.
Pick up.
It's just it's a stage name. It is merely a stage name, not legally binding. It's not the twink video. It's not the twink video.
These tires are no good for me.
Good job.
Does she watch Formula 1? She watches it sometimes. Like, I obviously have it on for every race, just like in the living room. So, yeah, last year she watched a few races with me. Obviously the ones so far this season have been at less sociable times of day. No, wait, no. Japan was very early as well. Yeah, but, you know, when they're on in the afternoon, like the European leg of the season, yeah, she watched quite a few last season. But she doesn't follow it, like, closely. So I'm going to use that to my advantage to film some videos. Mrs. V's first video will be the twink list on her own channel. Maybe. That's all I'm saying. Maybe.
Hello and welcome to the much anticipated qualifying session.
At Losail, the key factor in qualifying is timing. Track evolution is huge at this circuit in the desert, and drivers need the
Taking advantage of your partner. Nice.
as well as the best car setup to get a
Hell
good
yeah.
qualifying start.
What's your favourite track to race on? Well, I can't say I've got much experience driving Formula 1 cars on any of the tracks on the calendar. It depends what you really mean by that question. To watch a Formula 1 race on? To race on myself? I don't really know. I've never taken part in any competitive racing. So, other than karting, I mean like on proper tracks like these. So I don't really know. We can change the setup a bit now, which should be good. 85% on Oscar is okay. But it could be better. Let's tweak his setup a little bit. I think that could be better for him. Let's put him on that, see what he says. Max on 90, which is decent. Optimal straights. Traction's got to go down, right? Let's give him that. See what he says. We'll give him that. Okay. For qualifying. I know their confidence takes a hit when they have an untested setup, but for the race, worth it. We made up what, like 8 positions were maxed then in 15 laps, so we can do it. We can do it. I've done F4, so I'd say Sawson and stuff. You've driven Formula 4? Hell yeah. I would love to say I've driven a Formula car, even just in like a non-competitive day, but no. Maybe I'll get the chance, you know, go do a day, drive an F3000 or an F4 someday. I would rock it, you know, get signed up, you know, for like a junior academy, maybe straight into like, you know, Formula 3, that kind of thing. Not crazy expectations, but I would expect at least a contract out of it. But it would be nice to do like one of those experience days. Because I've driven tracks, like I've driven my own track car around these tracks, but that's not the same as racing. What's your favorite track? I don't microanalyze, but medium speed corners. Baku is my favorite. I enjoy Baku. I think it's an interesting addition to the calendar. I wouldn't say it's my favorite track. I wouldn't even necessarily say it's like a great track. I think it's fine and it works for Formula 1 races.
I want to suggest that after this season we do some golden lap with the 70s driver mod. It's very fun and they added spying and you can play as the absolute goat of F1 Dennis Hume.
I do like the sound of that. It's going to be a bit mad if we end up murdering someone, which I know you can do in that game. I'd like to try it. My maybe one concern is just the graphics because it looks just like this, right? But 2D. We'll make it work. I'll try it. I'll give it a go because I am curious. Red Bull Ring is the best. Red Bull Ring is a fantastic track. I adore the Red Bull Ring, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to going to the Austrian Grand Prix. Not this year, but... Well, I mean, actually, you never say never. You know. But maybe next year, Mrs. V is going to be living either in Austria or Germany. And I'll obviously be, like, traveling out to visit her as much as possible. And so... I will definitely, if I can, go to the Austrian Grand Prix next year. Yeah, great track. Other than that, you can't deny Silson's good track. Interlagos Formula 1 probably has to go down as like at minimum S tier. But some more niche ones. I really enjoy Albert Park. I think it's just a fantastic track. I think it's fun. I actually really like Gilles Villeneuve, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. I think again it's just kind of fun. It gives me similar vibes to Albert Park. I don't mind. I don't mind the Las Vegas track. I'm not saying it's the best, but I'm just saying I don't mind it. Valencia was cool. I have lapped Valencia on a bicycle when I was on holiday there. Didn't quite get the lap record, but it is very nice. A shame I never actually got to see a race there. What's your favorite track to dunk on? Qatar or Jeddah? Tomo scheduled his wedding around going to the Canadian Grand Prix. Yeah. Tomo, every single holiday that he takes is F1 related, which is mad. I mean, if Hannah's cool with it, then sure. But yeah. Like, they went on Qatar. They went on holiday to South Africa and he filmed that video going around Cape Town before. And then, no, to be fair, I remember him last year saying they went on holiday to Morocco. And I don't think he went to Ain Dai, but I think they were in Marrakesh, not like Casablanca. But almost all of his holidays seem to revolve around Formula 1 in some way. He went to fucking Portugal in January. I don't know if you know this. And like, he was like posting pictures on Instagram of like him at Portimao, and it's like, bro, just take a week off. Interlagos and Kota for me. I wouldn't say Kota's right up there. Kota's nice, but I wouldn't say it's like top tier.
P2 now. That's a good lap.
Didn't get the lap record at Valencia on a bicycle. The thing is, because if the like full Valencia track is on Strava, which let me check actually. Let me see what kind of like average times people are setting there.
Yeah.
Strava? Can you just look up?
Copy box.
Can I search routes on Strava? Or do you have to be like nearby? Maps. I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't used Strava in a hot minute because both the tires of my bicycle burst basically. And I don't always Strava when I cycle anyway. So I've just been cycling in the gym recently. Okay, Valencia. If it turns orange, there's a route, and we can look at the times. I think it only shows you when you're nearby to them. Oh no, search here. No, yeah, you have to be nearby. You have to be nearby.
Box, stop on the marks.
The problem is, with any like route on Strava, you'll get some fucking kids in their Lycra and their £20,000 carbon bike, and they cycle just like 100k a day. I'm a decent cyclist, but I don't cycle like that. And people just can set the most ludicrous times. I'm not against doing a Valencia lap video one day though. Alright, same stuffs. Should be good. Miami and Bahrain are the worst tracks. Whoa. Do not group Bahrain with Miami. I like the Bahrain International Circuit. It's a good track. What did Bahrain do to get lumped in with Miami? Jesus. Bahrain is mid-table. There's multiple tracks worse than Bahrain. What's wrong with you? Bahrain is class. I agree. Bahrain's fun. I love Bahrain. It's a good track. What's this Bahrain hate come? Where's this come from? Like, Bahrain turns 1, 2, really good sequence to open a lap. Turn 4 is really nicely profiled. 9 and 10, excellent challenge. Bahrain turn 8 is a horrible corner, but then like the final sector is great. The last couple corners, it's a really good track. Bahrain is the same as Miami. We have Jeddah, and you're going after Bahrain. Jeddah's a garbage track. Like, it produces good racing, but that doesn't make it a good track. That has thrown me off. Bahrain is a really good track. Anyway, let's get down to the 2-minute mark. Have you ever run on Strava? Not for, like, years. I hate running. I despise running, so I mostly use it for cycling. At the very least, when I did use it for running was when I was in pretty good shape, and so I have some like okay times. But even still, I've never been particularly good at running. I'm sure that my fastest ever 5k is only like a 22-minute. I hate running so much. I'm not designed for long distances. I'm not built like that. I'm a sprinter. Give me 10 seconds and I'll give you magic on a track, but I'm not designed to be moving my legs for more than like 60 seconds at a time. It's not what I do. I don't do that. Qatar is a poor man's Bahrain? Yes, thank you. Yeah, we're literally at Qatar and you're saying that Bahrain's one of the worst tracks. What about this makes it better than Bahrain? I'm a wheelchair user, can relate. Yep, fair enough, yep. I just hate running. I absolutely despise running. It's so shit. Mr. V is a dwarf confirmed. I am a very normal height for a human person. Is my answer to that comment. Verstappen in traffic? Oh, God. He's ahead of the RB. No, he's got space. As long as the RB stays behind. Which it certainly doesn't want to. But if we stay like this, he's fine. $22-minute 5K is good though. Yeah, but I was absolutely jacked at the time. That's when I was in like the best shape of my life. Like, please consider at the time I was playing American football and we would have like 3-4 hour training sessions multiple days a week. So I was in like a very good cardio shape. And still, like, the people I was training with were doing like 20-minute 5Ks. So, which I know is a very good, it's a very solid time. But yeah. It's one of those things, and like with a bit of practice, you can probably get down near to like a 20-minute 5K in a few months if you just like keep at it. So I know it sounds good to someone who's never done it, but if you just actually like do it a bit, you should be able to beat like a 22-minute relatively soon into your like your training journey. No! Who is that? Is it Gasly? Fucking Gasly, man. We're going to go out in Q1. I swear to God, we're going to go out in Q1. Let's just see. Piastri's fine. He's up in P9. Sector 1. Yellow. It's yellow. Yellow sector 1. Loving the stream! Loving this stream. Loving this driver. Loving this Max Verstappen kid. Real good driver, this Max. Watch him go. Oh, green sector 2. Imagine if he improves. Imagine if he improves. We make it through. RB was on a fast lap and we impeded him. No, he was definitely on an out lap as well. But if he's got decent straight line speed, we can use that. We can use that to get a good final sector. I thought Gasly went through for a second. At least he's out as well. Oh, baby. Oh, my. Oh my. Yeah, we gotta get rid of Max. That is not okay. Who's replacing Max? Kimi Lawson? Definitely not Liam Lawson. 19th. Oscar's in the top 10. He can at least do an Ollie Behrman. He can recover that to like a P10, I think. Oh, mate. Oh, 97% setup. Oh. And Max? 83. Absolutely nailed it on Oscars. Let's just get through this quali. Is a Mrs. V stream appearance on the cards? No idea. Not at this point in time. Bortoletto is underperforming IRL. I don't think so. I just think he's not got much opportunity to show himself. Like, he's up against Hulkenberg, who is very good. But he seems to be matching Hulkenberg for the most part, like, or as close as he should be. So I wouldn't say Bortoletto's underperforming. He's just like, what can you do? What can you do to show off in that Sauber? Like, really? So, no, I think Bortoletto's doing fine. Okay, Piastri gets a solid banker. Very solid banker. Faster than Bottas, even. I'll take it. My throat is going. My throat is going. Oh! I need to take a break after this Q2, I think. Let's get this going. dying here. My eyes are watering. I don't know if you can see. This may be my last stream. Taken away after this. Grim Reaper's at my door. I've had a good run. I did... Oh, mate. Put the fuel in the car. Put the fuel in the car! Come on, come on, come on, come on. Go. So we'll never get the corner video. Glad that you got your priorities. If I die on stream, I suppose it's not the worst way to go. Like, you know, people have had more gruesome ends. If I choke to death with you all. No, that's... No, actually, no. No, that's pretty shit. That's pretty depressing. Because it's not like any of you even know. Like, it's not like anyone can call an ambulance for me. So I'll just choke away. You're watching me. There's nothing you can do. And so my last moments, in agony, breathless, are just witnessed by, what, 161 people as I pass away, and then the stream just rolls on. Maybe we'd get record viewership, you know. Maybe that's the kind of stunt you need to pull these days to get big on Twitch. Live snuff film.
Yeah.
Don't you dare die before the corner and straights videos are out. Gonna choke to death listening to A button blood type emoji. The stream will continue for, you know, multiple days as my PC stays on. A button blood type emoji sounding out in the background. At least maybe the proceeds from the bits can go to the funeral costs. So that's a positive. Lighten the mood. If I die, does Mrs. V inherit the channel? I'll give her a couple XLs to be going on with. You know, I'll give her a couple scripts, a couple pre-edited videos. She can just like drop herself in there. Yeah, we'll keep it going. Don't worry. Show must go on. They at least know what blood to give you. The thing, I have no idea what my blood type is. Maybe the paramedics would hear A button blood type emoji and try it. A's not even universal blood though, is it? So I have genuinely no idea. Did Verstappen go out in Q1? Yes. He also went out in SQ1. But yes, he was P19. Not even 17. P19. Piastri, on the other hand, finishes Q2. Doesn't improve. People are really not improving on their second runs here. Getting a good banker is crucial. Actually, no, these guys ahead did improve. I don't know what happened with Oscar there. There's no traffic, so... Max is washed. Alright. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break. I need to go and make sure I don't choke to death. Then we will have Q3 and then straight into the race here in Qatar. Do not go anywhere. I shall be right back. See you in a second. It's time. I have made sure everybody... Oh, this is... Bit of green screen over there. Ooh. I have made sure I am not dying, hopefully. That's pleasant news for you. Let us begin Q3. Get Oscar, little, you know, pole position. I'll take a front row. One of those two. Should be good. And then on to the race here in Qatar. Yeah, let's prioritize getting a good banker lap in. So let's wait until basically everyone else is gone. So kind of now, maybe. Immediately behind Leclerc, of course. Of course. What a great place to be on your outlap. To be fair, at least Leclerc's quick, so if we can just match him, ideal. My blood type is Coca-Cola since childhood. Genuinely, I would have drunk so much as like a kid and a teenager. There were probably days when it was up in like the 90%. I had so much Coke. a cola as a child. Yeah. It was rough. I don't know how I survived into adulthood, quite frankly. I don't know how I didn't like waste away like some kind of Victorian orphan. I had like no water for it must have been like the best part of a decade. Actually. Oh god, it hasn't gone away. It must be some dust. It's the dust. Also, shocking no one, we are falling back on Leclerc. Maybe though, you know, final sector. There's some very long straights. Maybe we catch back up to him and it's good for our lap time. Let us see. We're not that far behind the Ferrari. If we catch it at the line, it should be a good lap time, honestly. Victorian orphans worked in coal mines were treated for coughs with heroin. Well, I mean, you know, just saying, might be in a very similar situation right about now, so it's worth a try. It's worth a try. We go a full second slower than Leclerc, so no, being behind another car is not a good idea. We need to be real careful with his final lap here. All right, get some new tires on the car. We save a set of softs? We've got 2 sets of mediums instead, so we'll be fine. We just need the track position. Got a car going out. The thing is, because we're down the back of the pit lane, so people can just come out and block me. Particularly, well, Alonso's out, Stroll's out, McLaren's there. Maybe no one can block me anymore. Maybe let's just go here. And all the cars who could come out and block us are already out. And these guys are still in the garage. I think I may have nailed it. Ooh, Daniel Ricciardo stuck behind me. What is this? It smells like karma. Let's see how it goes.
Watch your mirrors for sights. It's all about your tyres and your brakes.
Copy.
No, 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 no! If he dive bombs us into turn 1... Go. Go now. Go now. Go now.
Lean on the tyres at the high speed, but don't overslip them.
Get away from him. Don't talk to him. Fraternizing with the enemies. I sincerely hope this works. Okay, okay, okay. We've got a good gap to that car behind. We've got a good gap ahead. Everything's on push. Tyre's going to come into the window right about. Right about. Going to come into the window right about. 90 is not the window. They're going to come into the window right. What is the window even? Are we going to have cold tires this entire lap? Who's doing our tire warm up? Bro, they're still cold. We're halfway through the lap. There we go. Right into the window now. Piastri, Norris? Piastri. Next question. 1.7 seconds off pole. Still ahead of Vesti, though. I think Vesti's still on a lap, right? Oh, it looks like he's going slow. Hard to say exactly. We have done 2 yellow sectors. Always good. That's always nice. Love to see it. But, you know, purple sector 3, and it's pole position. Just got to go fast in sector 3 by about 2.5 seconds over previous lap, and we are sorted. Pole position. Now I'm confused here. Because the game would appear to be telling me that Oscar didn't improve. Why is that? Why is that, game? Why is that? But I will say Hamilton has set no time, so, so that's great for us. Qatar is not our race. Qatar is not our race. Imagine if we end up winning this now. This track is not for us. Medium, medium, soft. I don't. It's not terrible, honestly. I do feel like, though, we probably want to do... It's 1 second slower, but it is certainly safer. No, we want to push. Just to stay with the pack ahead. Yeah, we want to push. We want to push. Okay, let's do that. Max, his strategy looks okay. We were getting the fuel back not too difficult. So that's what, like 1.5 kg? Let's take out 2 laps. I think it's not too hard to push here. Oh, that was... Sorry, wrong car. Alright. Welcome to QATAR Grand Prix. I do not have high expectations for this. We are starting P8 and P19, which is just Trez excellent. We can still get some points. As I said, we're pretty much locked into P4 in the constructors. We can help Oscar get an okay drivers championship finish, but really these last 2 races don't mean much. We're just getting to the end of the year now. So, QATAR Grand Prix, off the line. As soon as I can, I'll set them to aggressive.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
As long as that's done before turn 1. There we go. Okay, let's see. Max is up to P18 already. Oscar holds his P8. Nope, he doesn't. Or does he? Nope, he doesn't. Through the first corner, down to P10. Nice. Max, on the other hand, P17. 2 places already. We push Russell wide. We get up the inside of Vesti again. Back into the P8 where we started. Alonso ahead. Shouldn't be too difficult to outmaneuver. We've got cars and softs around us. Namely, all of them. So that's going to be interesting. But then again, if we do stay with them, and they're on softs, that should be good for our overall strategy. So I don't hate it. I don't hate it. We're only going to burn fuel for this first lap. As we come down the main straight, we're going to turn it back. Mr. V, Charles or Carlos? For what? On track, equal. I know. I would say as of late, Charles is slightly better than Carlos, but both of them are like top 5 in the sport. I don't know. Carlos has had a slow start to the year. He was relatively slow picking up in Ferrari as well, but then really came good at the end of that year. Actually, no, he hit the ground running pretty well in Ferrari. But yeah, they're still both excellent drivers. But if I was like choosing one, if I was a team principal and they were the same price, I'd go with Charles currently.
Currently P7.
All right. Back down to balance fuel. Let's see how that goes. Don't want to push tires too much, so we'll come off those as well. Should be good. Get another lap or two out of the ERS push. Don't want to push it too hard because it is about to explode, so that's fun. Who is the world champion in the sim? Sainz. Carlos Sainz. In the #1 Red Bull, he doesn't just steal it off Max. The game is smart enough to change the numbers on the car. Carlos won in Ferrari last year and then signed with Red Bull to take the #1 with him. So yeah, Carlos Sainz, 2024 champion. Charles Leclerc is about to be the 2025 champion, particularly with Hamilton down here in P21 for this. Hamilton having a struggle weekend here in Qatar when he needed this for the championship challenge. So yeah, Leclerc is about to be our 2025 champion. May even be crowned after this race with a good result here. Let us see. Let us see. Let's come off his ERS push. We don't want to go too crazy with this if it's about to explode. And it certainly is about to explode. Look at that. Not great on Verstappen's either, so we need to be real careful there. Rear left tire overheating. Max's is hottest on rear left as well. That is true. Okay, see how it goes. We're now just in the stage of getting through this. Max is set to pit on 16. Oscar's set to pit on 18. So let's go through this thing a little bit quicker. We're just kind of holding positions, hopefully holding in a bit of a train. We're on the back of Ricardo. Bit of DRS and Ricardo. Yeah. We're just going to our first pit stop at this point. Oscar should get right up the front because basically everyone else is on softs. Not Leclerc and not Ricardo, actually. So these drivers should pit before us. So it'll be quite near the front. And then there'll be a lovely time for a red flag as they come out of the pits. Let's see. Russell mechanical phone. Okay. I made another save, my own custom team. Changed some drivers around. Forgot about Lewis, so I just took him myself. Got Italian Jesus Giovinazzi as my second driver, and he proceeded to qualify P2 above Lewis and Max. This game is so cursed at times. That should not be happening. Christ alive. But yeah, the game prioritizes some weird stats for some of the drivers. Like, by any conceivable metric, Verstappen should be just, like, incredible. But he's just bad. So I don't know what they're using to determine whether they're actually good in a race or not. And yeah, like Sonoda clearly is cracked when you put him in this McLaren. He wasn't this good when he was with us, but he was decent. He got us our first podium. Or what did he? Was it Porsche? Anyway. Yeah, like clearly Bottas is cracked. Sainz is decent. Stroll is pretty cracked. So yeah, the game is pretty mad on some of its rankings. What did I say? 16 and 18. Okay. We need to watch how the fuel's going. 3.5 to start lap 9. If we're doing 0.1 a lap, it's okay. Are we doing 0.1 a lap? That's the question, though. Maybe. Let's see when it ticks down to 3.3. It ticked down to 3.4 about here for Oscar. If it's about here, or even if it's a little bit way further around, we're still fine. We're still fine. Fighting with Stroll. Not ideal for tyre life, but it's okay. Where does he tick down to 3-3 on fuel? How far around the lap is it? Oh no, not a lap and a half. No, 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 no. Okay, we're gonna have to save fuel at some point. We'll do that later on, of course. Maybe around the time for our second stop, that kind of thing. End of the second stint. 2 laps to save 0.1? Yeah, we're gonna have to save quite big time in our second stint. Alright. Good to know. Good to know. We're getting into good position. People obviously pitting ahead, pitting off the softs. We're actually just overtaking the other medium runners anyway. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Did Lawrence Stroll fund the creation of this game?
How are the tyres?
He paid for the game, paid for the stats, and still Lance Stroll can only get P8. Nothing mad about Stroll being cracked. Didn't see anyone else taking pole at the 2020 Turkish Grand Prix. I maintain Stroll's got talent. He just doesn't utilize it in the same way as many other drivers. He certainly doesn't seem to have the work ethic or the consistency of other drivers. But yeah, he is talented. In my save, Doohan went to VCARB to win, to do a pole win while leading every lap. Every word in that sentence was cursed.
Ricardo has DRS.
Who do I think will be the 2025 driver champion? In this game, Leclerc. In real life, currently, Piastri. But I do think it'll be a close fight. Norris is faster on a good day, but Piastri has more good days. Or should I say, Norris has way less good days. But on a good day, I would say Norris is quicker. On an average day, they're even, and then going in Piastri's favour. Norris is still a better qualifier, though, by the looks of it. He's actually better than his tyre life predictions, but we're still going to put him on 18. As soon as Max crosses the line onto lap 15, we will call his stop. There we go. Next lap, onto those mediums. Lovely jubbly. Nice. Same again in 2 laps for Oscar. A moat only chat. Look at that. Is Max's P3 clause plausible in your opinion? It is plausible, but I don't know if he would actually want to exercise it. People always talk about this, but like, would Max want to? Like, where would he go? Quite honestly. Where would he go? That's the thing. Okay, Verstappen pits. So I have no doubt that Max has clauses like that, but yeah, where would Verstappen go currently? What happened to Norris in the sim? Fired, mate. Washed up, got fired. Nah, I'm sure in the game he was asking for too much money, and because the games are weird with their budget caps, the teams are weird with their budget caps, they were just like, nah. No, thank you. And the same happened to Verstappen. We picked him up as a free agent. Okay, stop for Verstappen. Comes out ahead of Hulk, behind Oladelli. Who else has stopped? All of these people. Intriguing. Okay. We're going 3-dot pace for this stint. We shall start to save. I want to say on lap 30, we shall begin a fuel save. I'm going to make it work. It's going to be good. Let's burn some of this. He's pitting. He's pitting. I don't know when, but he is pitting. We're actually on the back of Bottas. On pace? No, Bottas has stopped. All right.
Yep.
Makes me less happy in that case. I think Max would just leave and go to WEC. Yeah. No, but I think if he believes there's an opportunity to still have success in Formula 1, he will stick around. And particularly to, like, if he thinks he could win a championship with another team, because that does add a lot of credibility to your legacy. If you do win a championship with 2 different teams, that is a crazy boost to your credibility. Just like for history, for posterity. So if Max if it looked like there's an opportunity for that, I think he would take it. George seems like a potential champion too, having a very quietly brilliant start to the year. Yeah, let's see how the development goes. If Mercedes develops well, and they stay close and get closer to McLaren, I would not be upset with a George title fight. I would be all there for that. To have like another team involved, not just the 2 McLarens. But yeah, George has been fantastic so far, and he's still within a race win of Norris. Less than that even. He's behind Norris by like what? Where's my notebook? It's behind the green screen. He's only behind Norris by like 13 points, so yeah. Easy doable.
Ricardo behind.
Who was better in their prime, Vettel or Verstappen? Verstappen. I think we can quite safely say that at this point. Well, this basically is Verstappen's prime this last couple of years. Yeah. I think the grid is stronger now than it was back in Vettel's day. Vettel was not bad by any stretch of the imagination. He was still like absolutely phenomenal, but I think Verstappen's just on another level. Verstappen is up there in like GOAT contention, whereas I don't think you would quite put Vettel in like, you know, like top 5 all time, but I think you could already make that argument for Max.
Energy available.
Okay, if he actually gets a decent stop, comes up behind Vesti, Sonoda pitting, it's going to be ahead of us, I believe. It's okay, we can make it work. We've still got a soft stint to go at the end, so we could make some decent time out with that. What did I say? Start saving on lap 30, right? Yeah. See if we can actually get onto the back of Vesti. That would be nice. When new video? Thursday, and it should be coming out as a premiere, so you can watch it along with these other beautiful people here. Hello, Mr. V. Hello. How are you? I'm watching fake cars go around a fake Qatar. I didn't even want to watch real cars go around real Qatar, so I hope you enjoyed it at least. Stroll actually overtakes Piastri, which is not something that brings me joy. We do have Hamilton behind us as well. He's recovered from like P20. Trust the strategy. We trust the strategy. Who are my top 5? Top 5 all time? It's tough. I would have to go with Schumacher. Also, my ERS is broken. Great. Like, fully off? That takes a while. Schumacher, Clark. Senna. And then I don't know. It's very popular to put Fangio in there, but I thoroughly believe that the competition was just not that tough back in the 50s. And so it's hard to say. Over a whole career, like Hamilton, But, you know, it depends if you're talking about people's, like, absolute peak compared to, like, their entire career. Because I think some drivers' peaks are way higher than, say, Hamilton or even, like, Schumacher's peak. I would say, like, peak. People like, let's say, Kimi Raikkonen. Peak Kimi Raikkonen back in the noughties was potentially like the fastest driver ever on a single lap. And so there's some weird stuff like this to take into account. So it's kind of a hard one. Twitch stuck on emotes only. Hell yeah. I'll turn it off. I'll turn it off. Someone redeemed it. You gotta honor the redeems. Senna over Prost? It depends what you're rating it on. It depends what you're rating it on. Prost is up there. Prost is certainly like top 10, but if you're asking top 5, like, that's hard. Yeah, I would put Verstappen like top 5 all time, I think. ERS gone? No, it's just about to explode, so that's nice. Okay, lap 30. Let's save some fuel. Still on the back of Stroll. Well, not really. Make it work. Freedom. I think being the greatest and the best of all time are different. Senna is a greater driver than Prost, but you could easily argue Prost was the better driver. I think maybe even the other way round on that.
We've got a yellow flag here.
Like, yeah, like, on a single lap, I think undeniable that Senna is probably better of the two. But to consider the multifaceted job that is being a driver, I think Prost is probably better at that.
No energy.
Copy.
If I finished 10th in constructors, but my aim was 9th, can I keep my job? I don't know, man. You had quite a low bar and you missed it.
Gap ahead is 2.5.
You take 2025 points, Prost has 7 championships and Senna 2. Yeah, but if they had the 2025 points, they would have done things differently in the races. Like, it's a meaningless... It's interesting to see how it changes things, but at the same time, like, drivers are aware of what the point systems are and they drive accordingly. Like, I'm sure both of those drivers would have done things differently if they knew they were getting points for every single race. So yeah, we don't know that. Would you consider breaking up long videos such as the corners video into a few parts in the future? Well, I did that. I did that with the F2 Champions video. That was originally just a single video, and then it got so long that I was like, it makes more sense to split it. But the corners one doesn't really make any sense to split that into 2. I just put it out, and it's one huge one, and you can just watch it in multiple parts. Like, just, you know, if you want, you can watch a bit, and you can, like, it's broken up. You can quite easily see, like, all the different tracks. So then you can just watch chunks. Right? So it doesn't really make sense to do like first 12 tracks, second 12 tracks, but at least the decades one, and I could split it by decades, and it kind of makes a bit more sense. What do you think about adding points for qualifying? I think they should do it. I think it's a cool idea. I think qualifying is a competitive session, so why not reward it, basically. Is this ERS just not
Still something to get.
not topping up? I think we have to be on top up.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
Put timestamps of decades or tracks in the video. It'll be chaptered by tracks for the corners video, certainly. I watch long form stuff majority. I'm just thinking in terms of ad revenue. It's actually the same nowadays on YouTube. Because, and actually now, in the last couple of weeks, YouTube has started adding mid-rolls by default. So they kind of always used to do that, but now they have like smart mid-rolls. They come at different places for different users, and things like this. But basically, as a YouTuber, one 20-minute video or two 10-minute videos is the same if you set up your... So let's say a 20-minute video with an ad at the start and an ad in the middle, and then two 10 minutes with just an ad at the start is the same for ad revenue. And even for YouTube Premium, it's calculated on watch time over the month. So, yeah. The reason that you see many YouTubers making huge long video essays, like, you know, 4-hour video essay on fucking season 2 of H2O from Nickelodeon. Was it on Nickelodeon? You know what I mean? Those videos. The reason you make those is for a couple of reasons. A, because when it's that long, people are likely to second screen them. And so people will stick it on while they're cooking or cleaning or something. You know, like my videos are intended that you like watch it. I know some people will second screen it, but they're intended to be like watched because there's like a lot going on. There's a lot of information. It's quite dense. If you make a non-dense, a sparse video, then it's made with the intention that someone will second screen it, and then it gets higher watch time because it's just on. But YouTube doesn't know if you're like staring at the screen or if you're like listening from the other side of the room. It has no idea. So watch time is watch time. And so it means people are more likely to watch more and like roll through more adverts, and you get more ad revenue. And then the second thing is, for that same reason, the algorithm prioritizes watch time. And so if my average video has like 11 minutes average watch time, and then someone else makes 4-hour things and the average is like 45 minutes, then YouTube is like, well, this guy is 4 times as good as you, so we're going to promote his videos more. So yeah, that's why people do that.
Yeah, so you got Ocon behind now.
But if you were going to watch both halves of it anyway, if I release it in 2 halves, it makes no difference. Basically, if you like something, watch it. Don't try and game anything to like make a YouTuber more money. And realistically, one person is never going to make that much difference anyway.
That's Ricardo ahead of you.
The best thing you can do, if you do really like a creator and you want to help them, is share the video. So if you have anyone you think would be interested, literally physically hitting the share button and sending it to them, you know, on WhatsApp or something, or just liking it or leaving a comment. That kind of stuff is massively more helpful than, you know, actually leaving it running, because then it means it gets promoted more, and it means that acts as like advertising, and you might get like 5 or 10 other views. So the best thing is always to share it. Just tell someone, just let someone know if you see a video you like. Just be like, hey, I watch this creator, I think they're cool, I think you'd like it, that kind of thing. That's the best thing you can do to help creators out. Not just me selfishly, any creators you think are good, just like let people know. All right, I think we can come off the fuel push in about 10 laps, which would be nice. Verstappen stopping sooner. We'll call his stopping on target. I think it'll be fine. I don't think we're getting a safety car here. Also helps to talk about popular stuff in comments. I've seen no actual evidence of that. People say that if you'd have like keywords in comments, it can help, but I don't entirely know if that's true, honestly. It's just number of comments, quite frankly. When I watch your videos 18 times each, it's not helpful. It certainly is helpful. But if you told 18 people who then may tell other people, that would be more helpful. Do you see what I'm saying? By God, I would watch the H2O video essays. I guarantee you they exist on YouTube already. You can go and watch them right now. Not right now, wait till the stream ends, but you could go and watch them if you so desired. Okay, that 40 for Oscar.
Okay.
So Russell just retires the car. I literally saw an H2O video essay in my recommended videos today. I think that shows the kind of stuff that you've been watching. I get shit like that too because, like, on the TV in the living room, it's just like I don't watch YouTube on Mr. V's Garage. I also have like multiple accounts you can switch between the Greatest League. So it's my original channel. We watch YouTube on that, but that's just on the TV. And so lots of time Mrs. V will be on the TV and like watching stuff, and then I start getting recommendations. I'm like, why is it recommending me this? But it's because she's been watching stuff. She watches quite a lot of Mike's Mike, so I get recommended the most bizarre shit because it's like, oh, it's similar to that. Mike's Mike is fantastic, but channels similar to that I would not watch. Has Max pit? Have you pit? No, he is not. Who would win, one Ocon-sized duck or one duck-sized Ocon? Well, if you want to watch a video answering that very question, I've heard this F1 channel called Mr. V's Garage might have you covered. You can check it out. Okay, Verstappen comes in. A good stop. A good stop. Not a good stop. Will Twitch ever get the rewind feature like YouTube? Don't think so. Unlikely. YouTube only does it because they're saving the videos for VODs anyway, but like a Twitch VOD is not the same as a YouTube VOD. So no, I don't think so. They'd be massively expensive for Twitch, and I think they'd lose money anyway. Maybe Twitch doesn't lose money, but still. Okay, we're soon to be getting back onto a fuel push, which is very nice. Very nice. I actually think we can go on balanced again now, which is cool. Let us see. Almost calling Oscar's next stop in. Let's call it in now. On to those softs. Do we go one lap further? Let's send him one lap further. We'll get to 40 and we'll call him in for 41. How about that? Cars ahead stopping. Ricardo stopping. Let's get that overcut going, baby.
Copy.
Okay, let's do this. Which F1 driver would win in the WWE ring?
Wow.
Well, I've heard there's this Formula 1 channel called Mr. V's Garage. Would have you sorted on that discussion as well. If you wanted to watch the F1 Royal Rumble 2024, it's there. It has the worst thumbnail you've ever seen, but it does exist. It does exist. What's your opinion on more sprints to jumble up qualifying stuff? No. No, I think sprints aren't really adding anything. I think they would need to massively change something else. I said, like, you have to add more points for sprints to make them more worthwhile for people to actually push. Currently, they're just a bit of a nothing event, and teams don't really care. Two, 2.3, we'll take it, we'll take it. Are we getting Royal Rumble 2025? I considered it, but I don't know. I think it's better me focusing on other things. And I've got so many other videos lined up. So I'd rather work on V-score and stuff like this. We shall see. Maybe if I run out of ideas.
Got Ocon ahead. Ocon is 1.4 behind.
Okay, we can get a decent push on these. A decent push. Definitely got up into the bottom of the points. Let's see how far we can go on these tyres.
16 laps to go. And you are free to use the energy when you want.
Maybe we'll be back. We'll watch the VOD tomorrow. Busy tonight. Back in the chat next stream. No worries, man. Have a nice evening. catch you around. I'll be streaming again tomorrow because I will not be here on Thursday. We are driving. But yeah, catch you around. (2022) format where it set the grid was much better. No, it wasn't. Because it's just like having a long race. It's just like having an extra long race with a red flag. So, no, not better. Definitely harms the racing on actual race day. So, no, I do not want to go back to that. No, thank you. Okay, Piastri on the back of Ocon. Should we be able to overtake him? How many stops has Ocon made? 2. He's on crappy mediums. We should be fine. Alonso on bad softs. I don't even know if he's going to make it to the end on those. So we should get 2, basically 3 places. So we should get P9 easily, and then we should be able to get Ricciardo. Yeah. I even get like P8, P7 in this race. Let's see how it goes. Whoa! A bit frisky around Ocon. Alright. Let's see. We just need to start clearing these cars. Piastri, come on. You got to get Ocon quickly. You got to get him quickly. And hopefully Alonso just pits and gets out of the way. Oh, he does! Oh, excellent. We get Ocon. We get Ocon in turn 1. Okay, that's P9. 11 seconds to Ricciardo. But Ricciardo's on relatively new softs as well. Ricciardo should be held up going past Stroll. Maybe we just get Stroll on like an old set of mediums, that kind of thing. It's definitely doable. Verstappen is not getting points. We are not getting his P10 here today. Ain't no way that is happening. And yeah, just as predicted, there's nothing interesting in this race.
What's this?
Who is your favorite driver from the big racing countries? Like England, Germany, Italy, Australia, Finland and ones like that.
Favorite from each one? I'd have to say like UK, Hamilton, Germany. Oh, I do really like Sebastian Vettel. Also a big Schumacher fan, so hard to say. Italy, gotta be my boy Antonelli, you know. Recency bias in full effect. Give me some Kimi. Hell yeah. Australia, again, I'll take Piastri, man. Piastri is solid. Finland. I don't know. Finland is a tough choice, honestly. Just trying to decide between like Raikkonen and Hakkinen. I'm gonna take both of them. I shall not be deciding between them. I think they should try some qualifying where you only get 1 or 2 laps. I think they should try head-to-head knockout qualifying a la Formula E. Just steal it from Formula E. Yeah, just do that. That would be fantastic and it'd be a great spectacle to watch. Just do that. Just do that. It's simple as. It would be great. Let's get past Hulkenberg here. How does head-to-head quali work? So in Formula E, you have basically normal qualifying as you would expect. Kind of like a Q1 or a Q2. But then the effectively like the Q3 session, instead of just sending 10 cars out, you would have 8 cars qualify for that. You would then match them up. I want to say you go like 1st and 8th, 2nd and 7th, that kind of thing. But you match them up in head-to-heads. Let's say 1st with 8th, 2nd with 7th, 3rd with 6th. And so you literally put them in pairs for like a quarter-final. For each of these head-to-heads, you send one driver out, and then you send the next driver out something like 5 to 10 seconds later. In Formula E, they can do quite close together just because they're not so aero-dependent and they're not so affected by dirty air. And they're typically like tighter, more windy tracks. So in Formula 1, let's say you do like 10 seconds just to make sure there's no like dirty air effect. So you send them out from the end of the pit lane, 10 seconds apart. they do like a warm-up lap at the same time, and then they're both on like a push lap at the same time. And so as they're going through mini sectors, you can see like who's ahead as they go through the lap, because they're both on the lap at the same time. And so they come over the line, you can immediately see who is quicker, and the quicker driver advances. You go from quarterfinals to semis, etc, etc. And it's just great. Like, it's a great viewing spectacle, and you basically organize it so like you have your first pair go out, they do their flying laps, and then as soon as they like finish their flying laps, you send out the next pair. So like the next pair is doing a warm-up lap while the previous pair is doing a cool-down lap. So you really have very minimal downtime. You have what, like 2 minutes downtime between these head-to-heads, which is perfect for just a bit of like commentator analysis, maybe a replay of what happened. And then immediately you get another one. It just works so well. It's so good, and it's fantastic to watch. So yeah, Formula 1 should do that, basically. It would be so good.
Okay.
Get major mechanical faults. Fantastic. Fantastic. We're not even that far off the back of Stroll. Let's keep pushing. It's final lap though, isn't it? 2 seconds in the final lap. Absolutely send it, Oscar. See what you can do. See what you can do. Batteries on 0. I'm not going to top out. There's no point.
That's Leclerc.
Leclerc wins. So Verstappen lapped. He must be. Yeah, he is.
Time management is good.
Copy. Okay.
You send it. Not that there's any reason to, because Sargent is there. So yeah, Verstappen, P17.
Okay.
Can Oscar make anything happen? 2 seconds back. No ERS. But you never know. Stroll could slip up. Stroll could spin. Vesti could crash. Can we get higher than P9 in Qatar?
Gotta get him with everything, man.
Head-to-head is good for a spec series where P8 and P1 aren't like Hadjar and Piastri there. No, I disagree. It'd be absolutely hilarious. But also, imagine the scenes. If it is, yeah, literally like Norris versus Esteban Ocon, but then Norris has a slip-up and he goes over the white line, says lap time deleted, and he goes out and gets P8, and then that means like someone like Ocon could qualify P4 in a Haas. It would be great. It would be so good. And yeah, you'd get mixed up grids because you get a car that normally would be kind of in that like P8, P9 region might somehow get like a P4.
And it goes to Charles
I
Leclerc.
guarantee you it'd be so good.
And the Monegasque driver certainly proved his worth with a terrific drive.
Do you think Kubica could be a world champion if he ever had the crash? Certainly could be. Yeah, if he went to Ferrari,
Showered with plaudits and more.
there was a chance. But then again, he would have been in Ferrari at the time that Alonso was then in Ferrari, and Alonso couldn't do it, so who knows? Who knows? There's a chance, but I'm not going to say like an absolute yes. Yeah. I think we can all agree, guys, that race was shit. It's exactly what I expected from Qatar, and my expectations have been met perfectly. So, thank you very much, Qatar. Very cool. Just to wrap up, Leclerc clinches? Yeah, he's 30 points clear. Leclerc clinches it. Leclerc is the 2025 Drivers' Champion. Ooh. And Lewis Hamilton, after all of that, scores 18 points after being out in Q1. In the Constructors, once more, I thoroughly don't believe we can get anything other than P4. We are still fighting in the drivers. In theory, we could get P5 with Oscar. And in theory, Fred Vesti could get P6. But in actuality, yeah. So, Abu Dhabi is a bit of a formality. That is going to be tomorrow, but it still could be good. We still could get the very first Mr. V win. You never know. It could happen at any time. 0 DNFs is crazy. We had a... Russell retired the car, didn't he? Russell definitely retired the car. Was that in the sprint? But yeah. We had to get through it. There you go. Qatar 25. And people wonder why I say I don't like Qatar. Anyway, I'll be back live tomorrow, same time, same place. No stream on Thursday, but the video will be there instead to warm your little hearts, to keep you entertained on a Thursday evening. But I shall be here for you. Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the finale of the 2025 season. That will be tomorrow. Thank you to everyone. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the Twitch subscribers, YouTube memberships. As always, crazy support on the live streams. Thank you to everyone. I am going to go to bed.